Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Iron Bros podcast. So, around the imaginary table, I have Josh Jefferson, the Moses of Muscle, Anson Robbins of Anson Robbins Bodybuilding, and then Kyle Dukowicz of the Abbott, Cath Lab,
Wherever I
wherever
work,
you
yeah.
work.
What the fuck?
So anyway, this is going to be another Q&A episode, but first I kind of want to chat a little bit about Atlanta because we spent the whole episode chatting about Tampa last time. That was a really cool conversation. I just kind of want to get everybody's thoughts on Atlanta, James's win, and then maybe also just like what you guys are thinking is going to shake out in Texas, because the lineup's a little, I would say honestly, to be harsh, a little bit more underwhelming in Texas. But it's also a bit more complicated. Like, everybody kind of thinks, sorry, name's escaping me right now. Who's the
Regan?
favorite? Regan. Everybody kind of thinks Regan's gonna win. That being said, though, like, there's some guys who are going to Atlanta who bring pretty consistent packages, and that's something we haven't really seen from Regan, is consistency. So I don't know if it's as cut and dry as people think. But real quick, if you guys have any thoughts on Atlanta, win.
I'm
Yeah,
really
James
glad. I'm really
Go
glad.
for it.
Just first and foremost, I'm really glad they did not give it to Regan.
Yeah, I would agree with that, man. I thought Regan looked the best Regan has looked, but it still is just like, it's just still not quite there.
He's
It wasn't
looked
quite
much
enough
better.
against. It wasn't quite enough against James either, man. I
No.
mean,
Yeah,
James
I think it was the
sharp.
biggest. It might be the biggest he's ever looked, but it was not the best. He looked very, like, it was almost. It's so hard to explain because it's like he is in shape, yet somehow it still almost looks like a guest posing. It doesn't make any sense. There's
Yeah,
lines
it's still
everywhere.
soft.
Yeah, something about it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not like he doesn't have glute lines or like separated hamstrings, but it's just like there's just a quality to it, especially when I don't think, to be honest, I pretty much knew James was going to win, even seeing prejudging photos. I was like, there's not really a way they can justify this, because like standing next to each other, I mean, of course things can happen, right? But
They did it a couple weeks ago in China. I know it's a different judging panel, but
yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. I don't have an answer for that one, but
don't they say that Regan's allergic to the tan or some shit like that?
they only recently started saying that. It was something else before that. Who knows?
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is that James made him look soft when they were
sure.
standing next to each other.
For sure. Colton, we've had this conversation in the past too, where it's like that texture of the muscle from somebody who lifts like hard and fucking heavy and intensely. It just brings a different look on stage. And I don't know what kind of guy Regan is in the gym, but like, I don't know, maybe it's something like that. Like, I feel like James is just that hard hitting guy, and he's got that grain and that fucking texture. I mean, we saw it up front, face first into Tampa.
No one who knows Regan says he trains hard. Everyone who knows Regan says that he doesn't work hard. Like Jay Cutler, I believe Josh said that last week or something. Like, it's just known that the guy doesn't work very hard, and he'll eventually get muscle maturity just from getting older, but it's going to take a fuck ton longer than it should.
I love 3
Well, that's why he's had
dancing.
potential for 20 years.
I love it. He's coming for
It
next.
is what it is. It is what it is. And I love his physique. Everybody who's ever seen his physique on a stage knows this guy could be Mr. Olympia if he just fucking locked in. So there's no sympathy for it.
Do we actually, okay, Regan could be really, really good, but do we actually believe even if he was perfect, he could be Mr. Olympia?
Yes.
100%. He is their exact look they're going for. Yes. Dude, he's like everything bad about Derek missing, and everything good about Andrew. A lot of the properties are still there. Like, he is the perfect physique the Olympia wants to win, but he doesn't give it to him.
He can be better from the back than Andrew.
Like, go ahead, Josh.
What's that?
He can be better from the back than Andrew. He can have thicker hamstrings and better glutes. He can be just as big as Samson because he's the same height, but he just hasn't put it there yet. Like, that's what I meant when I said he's had the potential for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, he's had the potential to be that guy and just hasn't done it yet. I remember being like 17 years old and hearing about Regan Grimes.
Me too. Yeah.
I used to watch his YouTube videos when I was 19 in college. So
he
seems like a
think
great
about
guy.
how long Regan's looked the same. Hashtag too big for classic. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
How old is Regan? Because
he's got to be 30s, early 30s.
Because he's got to be older than me, because I was watching his YouTube videos in early college. I mean, dude, like, if you don't have like I don't know, if you don't start like getting to that level of maturity as a bodybuilder in your early to mid 30s, I just don't really think it's probably going to happen for you. Okay,
we don't know.
but then we look at like someone like Samson, but that's different though, because Samson wasn't like
training,
pursuing bodybuilding to the degree he was in his late 30s. So again, like somebody who's been bodybuilding since they were 19, 20, and they're in their early 30s, and it just still hasn't like materialized. I don't know if we're ever going to see it.
I think it's hard to say that he's been bodybuilding since his early 20s. I think he had the potential and the gifts to bodybuild in his early 20s. And there was a long period of time where Regan was just the, potential bodybuilder. And like, there was a long period of time where we kind of looked at Regan, we were like, wow, he could be great, but like, is he actually bodybuilding? He tried to downsize for Classic at like 23 years old or some shit like that. Like,
I think it was
he
older
was
than
not.
that.
Yeah, he was not really actively pursuing to be the greatest open pro bodybuilder on the planet. He was kind of just treading water. And let's be real, like Regan's made a lot of fucking money over the years doing exactly that. So it's not like he was sitting there and like, doing poorly and had to kind of do the bodybuilding to make money. He was chilling. He didn't need this shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, for what it's worth, he has a beautiful physique, and I think I don't think any of us like don't want to see him reach his potential. We're just being realistic about the fact that
he would be one of the best ever.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you? I don't want to see him reach his full potential.
I don't
think that you should be a
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I keep cutting people off because I'm fucking low carb today. I don't want to see him reach his potential. Like, this is how I feel about Andrew Jack too. I don't want them to see their potential if they don't have to try. If they actually put it together, yes. If they put it together and they finally lock in, they 100% deserve to reach their potential, and they deserve all the success in the world for it. But if they continue to be lazy and eat fucking chocolate bars on the Stairmaster, I don't give a fuck if they never succeed in their life because they don't deserve it.
Yeah, I think we're all saying that. I think it kind of has to be.
Yeah. Josh has firsthand experience with this.
Yeah. I think it has to be couched with that they had to work.
Tell them the Andrew Jack story.
Yeah.
So Andrew Jack randomly showed up at my gym one day. First and foremost, the first time he came, we opened at 7. He was there at 6 a.m. in a fucking Uber and like knocking on the door. That was actually the second day. The first day I get a call, I'm doing cardio, and like my employee's like, hey, I gotta tell you something. And I was like, oh shit, what happened? And he was like, Andrew Jack is here. And I was like, bullshit. And he sends me a picture of him on the Stairmaster. And I flew there, got there as fast as I fucking could to see this man eating a Snickers on the Stairmaster. Like draped all over the machine, eating a Snickers. And he was in New York doing, I think that was one of the 2 years that he won Texas Pro back to back. So he was like 4 weeks out. This was the middle of summer. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, hey, why are you here? He's like, oh, Steve wanted to see me. And I'm like, so you flew from Dubai to New York to not even do cardio at Bev's, but to do cardio here or eating a Snickers at 4 weeks out. But he's not the only one. He's not the only he's not the only pro bodybuilder who's Olympia level who I've recently met. I'll tell you guys off air who this person was. I was eating Mentos in front of me.
I've heard stories of Derek doing this. I've heard stories of Matt Grego doing this. I've heard a lot of the Florida guys. I've heard of a bunch of stories. So many of these guys, like a lot of them just don't have to try. And now, to be fair though, like for example with Matt Grego and Derek, I've heard they do that shit in the off season, but when it comes to prep, they're pretty locked in at least. And with Derek, I know he's very locked in when it comes to prep, from what I've heard.
Yeah. No, I mean, at the end of the day, like, especially people who have coached know, like, genetics are kind of undefeated to a certain degree. But then once you get to the highest level, then you see situations like Regan, right? Where his genetics can't, when he's going against genetic freaks who do work hard, he can't out genetic them. But you can definitely get to a very fucking high level on genetics alone. And some people, even the highest level, because we all know that Andrew has not been perfect his whole bodybuilding career, and he's top 3 in the world and just won an Arnold.
And this is not to say that Nick has bad genetics by any means, but like, this is why we all love Nick, because he works fucking hard. He deserves every victory he gets.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you can't help but not love him if you're a true bodybuilder, because he is the definition of outworked his like outworked the genetic hand he was dealt. Now, that being said, your genetics still have to be pretty good to put on that much muscle, but like from a structural standpoint, like, he's outworked that. So for Texas, who do you guys have for winning Texas?
Probably Regan.
Yeah.
Who else is doing it?
Joe's
competition. Yeah, Joe's out. I don't think he would win.
John Jewett's his competition.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we don't really know what he looks like.
I was gonna say, like, John has been to Olympia. He has won pro shows, and he doesn't have like the best structure in the world, but he's done a lot with what he has, and he has the one thing that we know Regan's probably not going to bring, and that's condition.
Did Sean Corrida beat Regan in that Mexico show?
Yes.
Then John can absolutely beat Regan here. John has
the thing is, you look at John and you know that John can get in shape, and he's gonna, no matter what, make Regan look soft. Even if Regan lost 3 to 5 pounds this week. Did you guys see the picture of him next to Anton Ratajkowski?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you need to look at that one because Anton smokes him in a front lat spread, all 5'8" of them.
Anton ain't making fucking classic this year. How the fuck is he making it?
Hollow bones, brother. He's only like 10 pounds away or some shit like that.
Are you serious?
Bro, he's not that far off. It's something crazy like that. It's close enough that Cam Cheek can have a mock peak.
I can't see that.
Cover your face, Kyle.
Cover your face. It'll focus.
Yeah, normally that works.
It's too bright. Turn your brightness down. That'll work.
I'll pull it up. I got you.
Yeah. Well, now there's too much glare. Yeah. Now I can see it. Yep.
I mean,
that's retarded, dude.
Yeah. I wonder for Anton, it's just because like his bone structure is so small, but he's so billowy that like he just looks way heavier than
that guy. You want to talk about somebody who can be Mr. Olympia one day? That guy can be Mr. Olympia and Open for sure if everything goes good for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we take the range off,
I don't know about classic.
Go ahead, Colton. My bad.
No, go ahead.
You take the range off of him and let him just grow like he needs to. Take the range off of Niall, let him grow like he needs to. And you put 40-ish pounds on Kyrie, and that's your top 3 at the Olympia for the next 20 years.
Absolutely.
I would love to see it. I would love to see a lot of guys kind of give up the classic stripe, because I feel like unless you have the perfect like setup and situation where your physique almost looks maxed out, but you're still able to make the weight cap, you're not going to win a classic Olympia.
I think classic should be seen as a transitionary division. I don't think it should be seen as this thing you sit in for 10 years because it's retarded. Most people, like actual bodybuilders, that's not going to happen. Like, Terrence Ruffin, that's like it. Mike, he's having to eat off tissue. Ramon has been having to eat off tissue. Most of your top 10 in classic has been having to eat off tissue. These guys all should be transitioning into open as the natural course. At least, maybe after you have to eat tissue twice, 3 times, something like that. But to do 5 years of eating away tissue and just not getting any bigger, that's not bodybuilding, man.
I can't believe Urs did it for as long as
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Imagine if that guy had been open now for 3 or 4 years at this point. Imagine how big he'd be.
What did he do? 3 Olympias classic or 4?
It had to be at least 4.
Yo, Urs was also 23 at his first Olympia.
Yeah, I was going to say he was really young, and he's still young.
No, he's still young.
Like, Anton's 22.
Yeah, fucking retarded, dude. Insane.
Yeah. Like, I don't think he's going to be held back. I think his body is just grown to the point where he could still make this weight cap, and then it's done after this year.
Yeah. Like, if he still tries to make it after this year, that's not good.
He's not held back by it, but dude, 4 years, or sorry, I guess it wouldn't be 4 years since he made it, but like 2 or 3 years on the back end of a bodybuilding career matter, man. Like, the difference between being 37 and having 3 Olympias left and being 40 and being done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that shit they're having to do to make weight when they're that far above it, that's taking years off the back end of your bodybuilding. And it's probably taking back years off the end of your life. You're fucking your kidneys if you're cutting water that hard.
No, like that's always a concern I just have with coaching too as well. Like I look at like Shay right now. I'm like, brother, like
he's not making classic. He's a bodybuilder. He's not classic.
I know. That's why we're already having that conversation of like,
it shouldn't even be a conversation. It should be the motherfucker who looks in the mirror.
Yeah, dude, he's 230 with fucking glute lines.
Yeah, yeah, brother, you're a bodybuilder. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Bro,
But
we
yeah,
had
no,
that
like even
conversation pretty much as I walked off stage.
Yeah.
Even
Like
this time I
Joe
had
had
to,
already told me.
Yeah. Because you didn't have the full rebound with Joe, man. The amount of progress you're going to make from your last stage showing to this stage showing, you wouldn't be able to make Classic. There's no way.
No.
You could, but the things you'd have to do would be just retarded to your health and your progress as a bodybuilder.
Yeah, we said when I was ready for the show, I was 3 pounds away from my pro cap.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean to get Shea was like 210 on the Monday before the show, and or not 210, sorry, it was like 204, and he had to be 193 or whatever by Saturday. And so like he literally did not eat or drink a thing from Friday morning till weigh-ins. And there are other things too, but I'm not going to get into that because not everybody is open about sharing like their process. I am obviously about what I do, but I'm respecting his privacy. So, but needless to say, knowing what we had to do this time, I'm like, dude, if you're 220 peeled, like there ain't no shot I'm doing that to get you down to the cap.
No, it's negligent.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else doing Texas besides
Colossus Ken?
Jewett versus his own client now.
Does he have enough time?
Oh, Patrick Moore.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
It did look good in Atlanta.
Looked a lot better in Atlanta than he did in Tampa.
John Arthur Duncan, who was at he was at Tampa.
Did Moore do Atlanta, or did he just do Tampa?
That was his best look.
Okay, I didn't remember which. Okay, but so do we think he's going to be able to match or top that for Texas? And even if he does, didn't he still place below Regan?
Yes,
that's the thing.
But that was arguable, in my opinion.
And what's more likely, that Regan's going to get a little bit better and beat a bad package that he brought, or that Patrick Moore is going to be a little worse than his best ever and beat a better Regan? Right. That's the thing.
Patrick Moore's hit or miss, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too. Like this consistency for him is very new. It's very new, and Regan is almost certainly going to get better. I don't see how he could get worse between now and Texas.
Lewis Breed will be in the mix too. He was what, 4th at Atlanta?
He's not. He can't control his weight on stage.
You know what, though?
I didn't see a ton about it.
He'll probably be in like the top 5 again, but I don't see them getting him to win.
But if Lewis Breed gets next to Regan and John Jewett's on the other side of him, he will expose Regan's conditioning, and that's where John turns around and can take that placing. And if Patrick's next to both of them and peeled,
and he's on,
it's going to be a question mark. The problem is, doesn't matter who wins, they're coming in tied for 16th at the Olympia.
Basically.
Yeah, kind of true.
That's awesome, though. That just goes to show you how competitive bodybuilding is right now. It's fucking cool.
The Olympia is going to be fucking sick this year.
We were talking earlier, me and Kyle, while we were training, that we're really excited to see Sergey stand against some of these people.
Yeah, that's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so fucking...
Yeah.
Dude, I swear, every time I see him, it looks like he gets a little bit more Down syndrome because the growth hormone dose is improved. You know what I'm talking about?
His eyes get a little further apart.
It's fucking wild. It's like, brother, you're big enough.
I love Prep Anson.
You're big enough, my man.
This is fucking fantastic.
Dude,
am I wrong though?
No, you're not. I sent his head because he took like a picture of his head really close. He's wearing like a backwards hat. I sent it to Kyle. This was probably like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, "What in the fucking growth hormone is this?"
Like he is mutating by the day, dude. He must be injecting Increlex into his forehead or something. I don't even know. It's ridiculous. It's a cool look.
Looks sick, yeah.
It does look cool. I'm gonna go with I see a John dark horse win here, or
that could be it.
Or I could see a Patrick, if he puts together another good look, sneaking in there. But I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to Patrick when I said like he looked good for him in Atlanta, but it's just because we know it's so up and down with him. He still hasn't brought the package he brought to the Olympia.
So do you think that was worse than his Olympia? I think it was just as good. The most recent look he brought, I think it might have been his best ever.
No, I think that look was probably the best Patrick ever. But the Patrick we saw in Tampa, like I don't know what he did from Tampa to Atlanta to improve on that much. But I was there in person in Tampa, and he was pretty soft in person in Tampa. I thought, at least. And I've seen him in person twice this year. I saw him in Detroit too, and I saw him in Tampa, both in person.
He's been competing.
You know what though? Patrick has this tendency So when he gets the feedback, he does apply it. Y'all remember it was like 2 years ago. There was like 2 weeks in between shows, and they told Patrick that he wasn't in shape, and he dropped his coach. He was doing 2 hours of cardio, 2 training sessions a day. He dropped something like 20 pounds in those 2 weeks. He came in and he placed his best that year. Patrick does apply the feedback. So he's not some schlep bodybuilder. He's not just wasting time out there. He is putting in the fucking work. So
didn't they give him some bullshit feedback after Atlanta though? Like I could have,
yeah, I could have
sworn I saw a post about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he's freaking throwing in the DNP and hitting the stairmill these weeks between shows and just fucking ripping it off. I don't know, but he did look a lot better in Atlanta than I thought in Tampa. So I'll be interested to see what he brings. But yeah, I just like,
it's such a wild card show. There's so many unknown variables.
Yeah. I think we could say for certain that like all of us on this podcast kind of don't want Regan to win.
I want John to win, or I mean, it would be cool. I like Regan too, but if he's not going to like do what it takes to apply the effort, then I want somebody who I know works hard like Jewett to do it. For other reasons, I would love for Jewett to get his shit crushed in, but I don't know. Like honestly, who I want to win. Probably Moore. I think that would be the best story. Patrick Moore winning, getting back to Olympia, improving show to show to show to show. That would be pretty sick. Realistically, Regan's going to walk in there probably like 2% better and win the show, most likely.
In a dream scenario, Kennedy wins and diets straight from now to the Olympia because he needs the time.
Yeah.
And then we see the freakiest fucking Colossus Ken ever. That would be my dream scenario, but second would be Patrick.
I just don't think that he is going to have enough time to make the changes between now and Texas. That's the only thing.
He's already done the smart thing, which I think after the showings he's had, to like at that point, you probably need to make a coaching change.
And it's been the same issue his entire career. So it's like at that point, it's not personal. It's just business. You got to do what's best for you at that point.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. You can't miss twice 2 years in a row on the same like variable.
Now, if that's because of shit he's doing in the background, then obviously different story. But I don't think he doesn't strike me. He doesn't strike me.
No, he used to be on Fit Nation podcast with Beatty and stuff. And I used to listen to a lot of those episodes. Ken sounds like somebody who fucking lives it.
That's what I'm saying. He sounds like, and he's not just full-time bodybuilding. He's an engineer as well. Like he does this shit for the love of the game. So it's at that point, I do think it is a coaching issue, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, whoever wins in Atlanta, I'm sure it'll be interesting because it will either be somewhat disappointing or it'll be kind of a cool like scenario where somebody kind of comes from maybe a little bit less of an expected position and takes a win, I think. But we did get quite a few questions, so you should probably answer some of these and give the people what they want. So let's just jump into it. Sorry, what's up?
Kyle just fucking belts the most manliest ogre burp I've ever heard in my life.
That was some wild shit, Kyle.
That was some soundboard shit.
Liquid death hit.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be belching like that anymore. Your food's a lot lower now.
Dude, the kombucha always does me in.
It makes you burp a lot for sure.
I can't wait to add that back in.
I love kombucha. It's so good. Okay, let's start off hot. If adding in an oral during off season, what's your favorite oral?
Anadrol.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, fuck that. Sorry, you're talking about an off season. Food is high. You're a heavy body weight. You're adding in Anadrol. Your lower back said fuck
when
you.
In the off season?
I don't give a fuck.
The whole off season or like just a portion? Because whole off season, I'm going Anavar.
Yeah,
let's make
it hard. Let's make it hard. Whole off season, you have to run it for the whole blast. What are you doing
every day?
Cialis.
Yeah, I'm going Anavar. If I have to
I'm gonna be real. I'd still go Anadrol. Honestly, I can use the appetite suppression. I don't give a fuck. I like it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Bro, your lower back is fucked.
Probably, but they didn't say I had to take a lot. I'll take 25 milligrams. Something like that. Like I legit 25 milligrams is a great dose of Anadrol. I love that.
Yo, I'm pretty sure my Anavar was Anadrol, hypothetically. The other day, I took it, bro. I was up like 6 pounds. My lower back was shot to shit. I literally texted Joe and was like, bro, I don't think this Anavar was Anavar. It's like, this felt horrible. It was the last pill in the bottle. My dumbass probably put one Anadrol in there just to say, "Oh, let's see what fucking happens." Luck of the draw type shit. And I swear to God it was Anadrol because the pumps feel different when you take an Anadrol. They feel almost dirty.
You know what? Cheat code, Proviron.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm taking Proviron.
Proviron.
That's
a multivitamin.
It's like
it doesn't count. Yeah, no,
it doesn't count. It doesn't count. I'm probably going Anavar for a whole off season just because I'm a water retentive boy. If I'm running a good amount of growth, if I'm taking Slend and stuff, if I'm taking Androl, as fun as it is, I'm probably going to have just ridiculous edema and water retention. It's just not going to be fun past a certain point. So I'm probably going Anavar.
I wonder, though, would you eventually just kind of normalize to it? If you kept the dose low, you kept the dose the same, because we know that the liver stress, your body does eventually adjust to it. Like they've seen in studies with the kids when they give them a fuck ton, you get an acute elevation rise and it starts to come down. And then with growth hormone, obviously different pathways and everything, you get this big influx of water retention when you first start a new dose or high dose or whatever. And then eventually your body kind of normalizes to it. At least mine does. I wonder if you would see that same thing with Anadrol.
The reason why I'm going to disagree
Never
with
ran
that
it long enough to know.
Yeah.
I'm going to say hard no on that one, simply for the fact of if you're now adding more food to it, you're getting heavier. I think that sooner or later, that's going to continue to put pressure on your back. It's going to put pressure on you. And like you guys know, just like I know, when food goes up, there is that initial spike in weight, which a good amount of it is probably going to be a little bit of water. So I don't think that's going to normalize, especially in like, you're in a good off season, food might be going up once every 3-ish weeks. I don't think that's enough time for that to fully normalize.
That's fair.
I'll say for myself, like even talking about growth hormone, like yes, it baselines a little bit, but if I'm running a decent bit of growth hormone, I always have a baseline level of water retention. Like if I'm
for sure. Yeah.
Like if I'm sitting a lot, my ankles are always gonna be puffy at the end of the day. Like
it's like a half a pound per IU at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For me, probably a bit more, to be honest.
You're taller though, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Kyle, what oral are you running if it's for the whole off season?
Anadrol for sure, dude. I haven't run it long enough to really, really know anything, but like when we were utilizing it at the end of prep, dude, I loved that shit. And I've been thinking about asking you if I could trial in it.
Listen,
my blood pressure might hate me.
Just so you know, in the second shorter part of this push, it's definitely a toolbox that I'm considering once you're get this little reset done with. So
yeah,
because that second part of the push is only gonna be like 5 or 6 weeks. So
if that, yeah.
So
I hit under 240 today. Made it.
Skinny boy.
Hey.
Yeah.
Listen, in my prep with Spanish Drano, I ran 16 weeks of super draw.
Wow.
So with that said, I'm going to just straight up say y'all don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like they are not the same, obviously, right? Like they're not. But the effects of super and the effects of Anadrol are, I would say, pretty closely tied.
Yeah.
By the end of that prep, I mean my skin color changed. You can see in the pictures this color of my skin was different. I felt toxic as hell. Like it's not. I'm telling y'all,
wasn't it a handsome dose
not
too?
I believe it was 10 milligrams every day.
Oh, okay. That's not too crazy then. Okay. Well, the length is, but not the dose.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's never. I don't ever realistically think it's the dose more than it's the duration.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. That's toxicology right there for you.
Yeah. So the duration fucked me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna strongly suggest against that.
Yeah, I would strongly suggest.
If I'm being responsible, I'm picking Anavar for sure.
Yeah, I would love to say Anadrol, but I think just knowing my body type, I would probably have to go with Anavar. Because I was telling you, Anson, the other day that like I have tried multiple times. Like I can't even really do well with test probe because I'm so water retentive. And like the peaks and troughs being a little bit quicker, like I just accumulate water retention. It's weird. I don't know. So I wish it could be Anadrol for me, but it's probably gonna have to be Anavar. But I definitely understand. I definitely understand your guys' choice. And
in a short term, in a short term though, I might pick Halo.
Short term, I'm going super draw.
I was gonna say super draw, halo, like strength plateaus coming up. I'm trying to break through a new level. One of those two might be the go-to. I don't really get the mental sides from the halo. Just the aggression in the gym. So like, not that I really need that in an off season, but like, could be helpful.
And I know that all orals activate very, very, very quickly, but with super draw, I feel like it acts quicker than most orals. So you could get that acute benefit very quickly.
All right. Well, I think we gave the people what they wanted on that one. So, okay, let's go. Well, kind of a funny question. I don't know if this requires a serious answer, but Rooster says the Iron Bros need to all blast DHB and report back.
I'm seriously considering trying this shit after how much he talks about it, man.
I'm gonna say he loves that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know
a lick about it.
I've heard such mixed things. I'll be honest, I haven't used it a ton with people.
I've never used it
at all. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not open to it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not something like Mint where I'm like, pretty like
Mint's worthless. Mint's worthless. MPP, I've used Mint. MPP is all the good things about Mint and none of the bad things about Mint. So, but I honestly, I really want to use DHB at some point just so I know what it's like for helping clients decide if they should or should not use it. So,
because some people really like it. But, okay. 4 larger meals plus intra versus 6 meals a day for serious athletes.
6 meals. If keyword serious, if you're serious, you're not doing 4 larger meals. That's retarded. Try to eat 7,000-8,000 calories a day in 4 meals. That's not fucking happening. I have a big appetite, and I probably would struggle to do that.
I was gonna say the same thing. If you're serious about this shit, you do not want to turn around and be eating 4 meals and a large intra. It's not for like your digestion is still going to be shit either way.
Yeah, that's fat fuck shit. Like if you're even thinking about that, your priorities are not straight.
Yeah, I just think from like an actual mechanistic standpoint, it doesn't make fucking sense too. Because like you have like these insanely high peaks in like energy and blood glucose and all these things, and then big gaps where like there's just nothing coming in.
Like, why are people trying to reinvent the fucking wheel? We have been eating 6 to 8 meals a day as bodybuilders for the past 30 fucking years, and it works. Why are we trying to do 3 meals a day? Why are we trying to, fast once a week and then do 3 meals and then do 5 meals the next day? It's just do 6 fucking meals a day or more, or don't be a bodybuilder. Like maybe 5 in some situations. Yes.
Because there's a lot of charlatans toting gut health. And gut health being poor because we're eating too many meals and all that shit. Guess what? This isn't a fucking healthy sport.
Damn straight.
It's not supposed to be. So turn around and I want my gut health to be 100%. All right. Well, then you also
play
don't want to be
ping pong.
The only situations where I have bodybuilders eating 4 meals is female bodybuilders when their food is pretty freaking low.
I have a bikini chick that just signed up that she's doing 6 meals a day. If you're a grown ass man and you can't eat 6 meals a day, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and I'm just saying in certain circumstances, but then most of the time, once their food goes up, they're to 5, 6 meals,
easy,
whatever it is. If you're trying to actually push like an off season, like let's say from the context of an off season too, especially like you're not gonna do 4 meals and have it be digestible in a comfortable way or be as conducive to your bodybuilding. I don't think.
Lifestyles are 4 meals. That's like a minimum. Like I'll put a lifestyle person on 4 meals as a minimum amount of meals. I think eating 3 meals is absolutely stupid. But 4 meals in an intra is like the absolute minimum I'll put a lifestyle person on. Anything past there, if you only have time to eat 5 meals in a day, you're drinking a shake at one point.
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude. I feel like if you're in the off season, 6 meals and an intra is like a fucking baseline.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you shouldn't even be like. I'm a big believer, obviously, in intra workout nutrition, as a lot of us are, and I just like people like there's the only people that I can see not using intra is if there's somebody that just absolutely can't tolerate it when they train.
I'd still try to find a way. To be honest with you. I'd still try to find a way. Like, even if it's as little as 20 grams of carbs and 10 grams of EAAs, find a way to get it done because it's just so beneficial on paper.
Yeah. All right. I think you guys did this on your podcast the other day, but we'll do it for fun too. Fitness trend that needs to die.
The fucking crop top shirts, bro.
Yo, fuck you.
Fuck those shirts, dude.
Fuck you. I wore one today.
Or you dickheads doing your fucking vacuums on your story. Fuck that too.
We don't do
Sorry
that.
that you can't pull one.
Excuse me.
Me and my waist trainer say fuck you.
I don't follow any fitness trends, so I don't really know. Like I follow bodybuilding, so I don't see stupid
bodybuilding trends that need to die.
I haven't seen like a stupid. I mean, safer use, I guess.
Yeah, safer use.
Okay.
Nah, I got one. A trend that absolutely needs to die because Anson, you definitely see it in your gym too, bro. Be strapping yourself to machines.
People don't do
like
that in my
trying
gym.
to be a trio.
I kicked out the last person that did this. They don't do it at my gym.
Well,
what?
I honestly haven't kicked this kid out yet because I heard he got kicked out of Bev's and Steve screamed at him for 20 minutes and it was only like 3 months ago. So I don't want to do that quite yet to the kid because I don't want him to just quit working out.
This kid was strapping himself into my leg extension, trying to do the whole stack for sets of 2. I told him if I hear you, because here's the thing, I heard it. I heard every rep. I told him if I hear this again, I'm physically removing you from my fucking gym.
Are we talking like a seatbelt kind of thing? Because people do that at our
seatbelt, wrist straps into the machine. He had not just one hustle pad, but he had a hustle pad and also a yoga mat on it, jerry rigged. He had a gym pin on there with like literally 10 pounds. And he was doing sets of either 1 or 2 on my leg extension. So if I hear this shit again, yeah. And I said to him, your legs are smaller than my forearm. If I hear this shit again, you are out of my gym. And he did it again. I kicked him the fuck out.
I will say
I do some shit like that.
I do enjoy a seatbelt on a hamstring.
Yeah.
curl.
I use the seatbelt on my leg extension on Saturday. But it's like you don't need both.
To be done correctly.
Yes.
I use a seatbelt on the leg press because my arms are too short to grab the handles.
That's fair. Yeah.
You know what's funny as hell? I use a seatbelt on the leg press because my arms are too long to grab the handles. So I gotta grab the frame of the machine.
You're like
it's like I'm either like this or I go way past it. If I don't have the seatbelt on, I'm pulling myself out of the fucking machine.
But that's not what he was talking about. He was talking about like these people are strapping them in like themselves in like 2 or 3 different positions. Like you don't need that much stability.
I tweaked on a kid at our gym about it. You remember during your no wait, that was
your
prep,
bro.
Yeah, it was during my last prep that didn't end up going through. But he was like he would like strap himself to like the cable stacks and like all the stuff doing these exercises. And
that's what I was gonna say.
He would also do full body days every day. So he would walk around the gym asking everybody if he could work in with them to do one set of an exercise. Don't get me wrong, like working in is great and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's a really annoying way. It's like every single machine, stuff like that. And he came up, I was doing preacher curls, and he was like, hey, can I work in with you? I just have one set. I'm like, you can just wait till I'm done then and then do your one set. Because I just couldn't do it, man. I'm like, dude, you're in a hardcore bodybuilding gym. Like, take some notes from the guys who outweigh you by 50 fucking pounds. And
it's not 100.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, that one needs to
die. It's never anyone big who does this shit. It's not even someone who's ever medium that does this. It's literally 100 to 150 pound weighing individuals. Or they're like 225 at 5'10" and they have man tits hanging over their fucking sternum.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's pretty
mad funny you said that, Anson, because literally we have a kid who comes here. He doesn't even technically have a membership. And he's probably 40 pounds overweight doing that exact same shit. And I just sit there and I'm like, yo, who told you this is going to work? What you really need to do is strap yourself to a goddamn elliptical.
Yeah. I think fitness trend for me that needs to die is just like, that's something like, it just really irritates me at this point is just like the coaching stuff of like, you know, if your coach does this, like XYZ, stuff like that. I'm not a super huge fan of that because I feel like people who are bad coaches in Charlotte will kind of expose themselves and like
for sure.
I don't know that I just feel like the content's a little bit played out.
So like if that's all you do, if that's your entire Instagram page, yes, I agree. I will say though, people are fucking stupid, and there are a lot of people that are working with bad coaches and they don't understand that there are some things that are not acceptable. Like if you're not getting responded to in check-ins for 4 days, that's not fucking acceptable. If you are getting a copy paste plan and it's staying a copy paste plan, that is not acceptable. Like there are some of those reels, I agree with you, like 90% of them fucking garbage, but some of those reels may lead someone to a better path. So it's like, I'm kind of stuck on it.
Yeah, and I think I was definitely approaching it more from the standpoint of like what you said about like if that's somebody's like their only content, because I've definitely put on my story before and stuff like that, like about especially like response time, stuff like that. I think that that's bullshit that like needs to die, is like these coaches who are coaching so many people that they can't respond to a damn WhatsApp message. Like, but yeah, I agree. That was a good like caveat to give, because it's the people who,
because like, bullshit does deserve to be called out. So
for sure. What's the highest carb intake you've had or had a client plan for a single regular meal?
Whoa, hold on. Just
the
one
highest
meal?
The highest carbs you've had in one meal or had a client on in one meal?
I have no idea. I know the day, but I don't know the meal individually.
Do you know what the meal was?
No, because I was looking at the whole day. Like, so Josh, who I just peaked for the God, my brain, Colorado Cup. His last loading day, I stopped tracking macros and calories at 8,000 calories and 2,000 grams of carbs.
Yeah, I think Rooster was asking like,
and he weighed like 1 or 2 pounds heavier the next day. I was trying to spill him.
Yeah, I think Rooster is asking more like maybe like in an off-season setting or like whatever. Like, what's the highest amount of carbs that you've had in a meal or on something?
Probably 250, 300, maybe. Yeah, post workout.
I was gonna say 250 was mine.
I think 250. I think Kyle's was around that post workout, and I think Shay's, I think Shay's is definitely up there right now. I know Tyler's definitely up there too.
Unless you are Rooster, you're probably not going much past 250 for a single meal in the off season.
Rooster is definitely a special circumstance.
Oh yeah. For him, I'm sure he's gotten up to 350 easy.
For sure, without a doubt. Most regretful cheat meal, like it wasn't worth it.
I haven't had a cheat meal where I regretted it within the past at least 4 years. So I can't even remember, to be honest. Probably some shit I did like in college.
When I went out for all you can eat sushi after my show with Alyssa, and the amount of food that we put down and the amount of pain that I was in for the next like 6 hours, that I regretted that heavily. I scarred her. I hurt her.
Yeah,
did 120 pieces of all you can eat sushi.
Was that shortly before we had the conversation of like, hey, like it's time to, we had that conversation shortly after that about
that fucked me, because I ate all that sushi and then I went home and had like 2 of her homemade fucking like dark chocolate peanut butter cookies that she made and a glass of milk.
That's wild.
Yeah, you got your shit together shortly after that, so
I really can't think of one. Like like maybe 3-4 years ago, whatever, off season, I would take my cheat meals too frequently, but I would never go like really crazy with them. Like worst case scenario, I was probably getting 3 rolls of sushi. So what's that, like 36 pieces, an entree, and maybe I shared a starter with my wife. That's as crazy as it would really get.
Are you getting 12 rolls of sushi in one roll?
Yeah.
I need that place.
Yeah, man. Saku Sushi in Rocky Mountain NC. They're the shit.
Yeah. I'm coming to North Carolina.
It's good quality. Yeah. It's good quality sushi too.
Yeah. I haven't had a cheat meal where I like ate so much food that I really regretted, or like we've all probably had like an off plan and been like, that could have been better, like quality wise, maybe, but nothing really jumps out to me other than maybe after my first show, just being like, obviously I made the mistake that a lot of people make after their first show and just ate way too much food.
Yeah.
Literally didn't barely sleep because I could hear my fucking heartbeat in my ears. I was so uncomfortable. And after that, after that experience, I think I have intentionally never eaten to the point where I felt that full ever again.
I can tell you a cheat day that I did back when, this is like right before I left my first ever coach. It was just a local guy. He said you could do a whole cheat day, right? This isn't exact, but I want to say I woke up at either 2 or 3 a.m. I went to McDonald's. I got 3 sausage McGriddles, probably like 2 pancake breakfasts, something like that, whatever. Maybe a bunch of other little shit like some hash browns. Then 2 or 3 hours later, I probably went to sleep after that. 2 or 3 hours later, I probably had some various sweets and desserts, like the cookie dealer cookies back when those were hot. Maybe a cookie cake. I would regularly get a whole cookie cake from Harris Teeter, and I would eat that whole thing with my wife. She'd eat like one slice, and I'd have the rest of it. I would then, for a pre-workout meal, I'd probably do like, because I've always liked oatmeal, whey, peanut butter, just a lot of nut butter, really. I'd work out. Then I would probably go get like, I don't know, Bojangles or Chick-fil-A post-workout, tear it up. 2-3 hours later, Subway. 2-3 hours later, get a burger and fries. Shit like that. Like, that's something I would do when I was like 19.
Yeah.
So.
In college, I smashed a family bucket of KFC and then had a whole pizza afterwards.
I didn't regret this, but this is my last cheat meal before my first ever contest prep. I remember it exactly. So do you guys know what I mean when I say Bojangles? I know you do, Josh, because you've been in the South before, right?
Uh-huh.
So Bojangles, think like Popeyes, but in my opinion, better. So I got a family box of Supremes, which is 20 chicken tenders that are about this big. Ate all of them. It's either 12 or 20. Ate all of them. A family-sized mashed potato and gravy, a family-sized mac and cheese, a family-sized pinto bean, a family-sized fry, 2 cinnamon twists, 2 cheddar bow biscuits, which are about this, they're cheese biscuits, 2 bowberry biscuits, which are again about this big. They're like blueberry, like ice glazed biscuits. I think that was it. And then I ate 2 hours later.
That was it.
My stomach was fine the whole time, by the way. Iron stomach. I was full, but like I had a big shit, ate again. And then next day, contest prep, didn't cheat on that entire diet, the entire 23 weeks. Didn't get a refeed either. So I got it on the back end.
I love how you said like that was it.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I love how you said like that was it. Like it was the way you said it almost made it sound like, oh, that was it.
I could have eaten more, bro. I'm a bottomless pit. Like something's wrong with my hunger signaling.
Yeah, and that's a big part of the reason too why I've gotten to the point where I've reversed some of that logic for myself, and that's a big thing for me. And I think we share that same thing as like I've had horrible fucking food noise my entire like adult life and stuff. So I just really try not to go to the point where like I'm not saying I've never had free meals. Like I've had free meals recently, just far and few between. I just never eat to the point where I'm sick anymore because I fucking hate that feeling.
It's not worth it.
I feel like a piece of, it's not just how I feel, but I feel like a piece of fucking shit.
You're actively sabotaging your progress in that moment.
Yeah.
And me, Joe, and Brad were talking about this in the podcast that I'll release at some point this week. You have to be, if you have a bottomless appetite that never shuts off, you have to be more hungry for progress than you are for food. Yeah. You have to be satisfied with not being fully satisfied all the time. You have to be okay with getting done with a meal and being like, I could still eat, or I still want more, and accepting that you won't. That's a maturation process that anyone who wants to be great at this to whatever level that takes them has to understand, because that appetite can be a weapon if you let it be, or it can be the most debilitating disease that you'll ever fight.
Yeah. I mean, you have to make decisions like that progress is your first and foremost, important thing. Like say, for example, the most recent off plans I've had is me and Kyle had off plan in Tampa. We didn't eat like basically the whole day because we had to be back and forth from the venue. So we didn't eat like 3 or 4 of our meals because we literally like had to be back and forth because prejudging ended at like 1 p.m. and finals started at like 2:30.
Yeah, 3 or something like that. And then it took us forever to get out of that fucking parking garage.
Yeah. So there were a lot of missed meals that day. So, we were on vacation together. This next weekend, I had Joey Capino show, who's one of my best friends, and I know he wanted me to eat dinner with him. I ate protein and veg the whole day prior to that meal. I probably was under on calories that day. Now, granted, I still know that's not the best decision for my bodybuilding long term, but I don't ever want to feel the way I felt in the past when I can't control my decision making and control my process. And so I just haven't eaten to the point where I've like regretted it that badly in recent years. But there were definitely times early in my bodybuilding where I regretted the way I ate. But definitely after that first show, I never ate to the point where I felt sick like that.
Yeah.
Just a horrible feeling. Anybody got anything else? Josh, you got a meal story?
Oh yeah, I've told this story a dozen times. I had 120 pieces of sushi in one night at one sitting. Pretty much we ordered the third one as the second one came out and nobody else wanted to eat. So I put it down. I was sick to my stomach. I went home. I tried to go for a walk. And I was throwing up blood on the side of the street in the middle of the winter because I gave myself mercury poisoning by how much food it was. It was so much tuna. I knew as it was going down, I started to feel like not just hot, but like sickly.
Yeah.
Not just like a food thing, but like sickly. I was like, yo, and I did the math and it was something like 75 pieces of tuna. I was like, I definitely gave myself some sort of acute mercury poisoning and then like threw up blood on the side of the street.
I wonder
not
maybe
once,
it
but
was
multiple
just,
times.
Are you sure it was blood or was it just fucking tuna?
I was going to say, was it just the color of the tuna, bro?
See, I thought that too. And then I drove back the next day and it was like, there was fish chunks, but it was straight up like blood.
Yeah.
Because it was in the middle of the winter. It was snow. I threw up in the snow and there was just, it looked like somebody got slashed like on the side of the street.
I wonder if it just like was so much like mercury that like fucked up your stomach lining or something for a bit. I don't even know.
Eat for the next 2 days.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever come close to that many pieces of sushi.
I think I topped out at like 86 or 90 something because I went to a conveyor belt sushi place, super low quality sushi, but you know, all you can eat. I want to say each plate had between 2 and 4 pieces, and I know I had at least like 30 something plates.
You guys make me feel like I see. I thought I had a big appetite for sushi, but you guys make me feel like I'm not even scratching the surface.
Bro, I need to eat more. Goddamn.
No, Anson and I can put some food down.
Yeah.
I remember after the show, and I don't want to excite Anson on this one, but like Saturday and Sunday, Joe pretty much turned around to hit me up with I know you can eat. Go have fun. We're back on plan on Monday.
Yeah. I'm
not
planning
trying
on
to
being
be
very
moderate
responsible.
on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm planning on being very responsible. Like we're getting off stage. Okay, we get on stage at like 8 or 8:30 as amateurs. So I'm probably not even going to go out to eat somewhere afterwards. Knowing my poor wife, she's going to want to go to bed. So I'll probably just go back to the room, have a big old bowl of fruit, maybe some Goobies pieces, and we'll go have a homemade breakfast with my parents the next day, and that'll probably be about it.
Yeah, I mean, but like the thing is the older you get, like the further you get in the sport, I just feel like you just realize that like there's just so much more important things and pressing things to you than a type of food or a type
I have an entire off season to eat. Why am I going to blow it in one night, 2 nights?
Yeah, and theoretically, once your calories are 7,000 or 8,000, you'll be able to have like a once a month or once every other month free meal, and it's not going to affect your progress at all. Exactly. Why do it like and continue to binge fast in the most sensitive period of time, the most crucial period of time for your progress?
It's just more contest prep. That's all it is. I've done this for 19 weeks. I can do another 19 if I need to,
Yep. The only bad part about that is when your prep is 28 weeks, right, Kyle?
Well, you had a good coach who I'm sure gave you refeeds. That's the difference. Like when I've done, like I did, my first prep was like 24 weeks. I got no refeeds the entire prep. That's not fun. That feels like fucking torture. But if your action is being handled well.
My prep was very gracious with my refeeds. I was fed very well throughout my prep, to be completely honest.
Everybody still feels like death at the end, but it's nice when you feel like death and you still get to
like I've been refed a ton this prep. Like it's been phenomenal. It's been the easiest and the most fun that I've ever had on a prep. But I obviously still feel like death right now. It's just part of the game. It's part of the process.
Yeah. I think the food noise though, when you do get more frequent refeeds and stuff, I'd say the death feeling is more just like the like actual like
it's more physical, less mental.
Yeah. The food noise is way worse when you have to or I shouldn't say have to because I think that's rare. That's
choose to.
Choose your coach chooses to give you a bikini diet your entire prep. But anyway, boys, we're coming up on an hour. I want to be respectful of y'all's time. I know Anson, you got a hard cutoff here, so I want to be respectful of that. So I think it was a good episode. We have a shitload of questions we didn't get to, guys. So I'm just gonna save these for next week. Everybody listening. So next week we'll probably do a full episode of ripping just straight questions because we have
say that.
What? Yeah,
we should say that now.
We say that now.
Texas.
The best Q&A
very chill.
podcasts usually have like 3 or 4 questions answered in them. So this is par for the course.
Yeah. And you know what? People come to this podcast for the Iron Bros, not the questions, right? So you know what? Hopefully people still get what they need out of it. You know, still get some easy listening for their fasted cardio. But anyway, guys, that has been another episode of Iron Bros. That for, you know, Josh Jefferson, the Moses of Muscle, Anson Robbins at Anson Robbins Bodybuilding, and Kyle Dukowicz at Kyle Dukowicz, if you can spell it, on Instagram. Go check them out. But otherwise, guys, we will see you next week.